Galnet News Digest, 4th of March 3311. We read the news so you don't have to. In this week's news, colonisation fever takes over the galaxy. The entire galaxy has gone colonisation mad. It's less than a week since the Pilots Federation fired the starting gun on the initiative, and already thousands of previously uninhabited systems are in the process of being converted for human habitation and commerce. The wonderful thing about colonisation is that any commander can do it. The barrier to entry is low, only 25 million to buy the colonisation beacon, and then a few thousand tons of goods to be bought and donated to the colonisation ship to establish your first outpost. Then you can start building out the colony with surface settlements, starports and installations, growing its economy and potentially starting to earn a steady income. But most of all, it's because it's your system, with settlements and planetary ports placed just where you want them to be. And if you like, you can pay a few arcs to name them all just the way you want. To claim your system, you need to visit a system colonisation contact within 16 light years of the uninhabited and unclaimed system you want to colonise. Select the system and the type of primary port, pay for the beacon, and you're ready to claim your colony. You have 24 hours to drop the beacon and 4 weeks to build your primary port to make the system yours. You're told where the primary port will be built, so of course you head there. But you find you can't drop the colonisation beacon. Follow the blue. You need to go all the way back to the primary star to find where the beacon must go. And you need that strange SC suite device mapped in a fire group to deploy the beacon. So the beacon is there to guide in the system colonisation ship, right? Let's watch it arrive. Of course, it doesn't come to the beacon. It goes to the place where the primary starport will be built. Of course it does. The next bit is all about hauling. There's a big long list of the commodities needed to build the station, and you, with or without your wingmates, squadron members and Operation Ida, need to source and then sell these commodities to the colonisation ship. Remember what it used to be like to be a space trucker? You're going to find out all over again. Only this time, there's a good reason for doing it. Brewer Corporation is doing the best it can to restock CMM composites as fast as commanders buy up the commodity to build their new stations. There are a couple of tiny and no doubt temporary bugs that Brewer has included in its software. When you load up with goods to take to the system colonisation ship, make sure the goods appear in your hold. If they don't, go back into the commodities market and they should show up correctly. And when you get to the colonisation ship, don't try to use the arrow keys to choose how much of a commodity to deliver. The GUI is likely to lock up. Use transfer all and the confirm transfer buttons. Everything should work fine. When you deliver the final consignment, Brewer works its magic. Launch your ship and there it is, your brand new starport. It's still a bit gloomy inside while we wait for all the businesses to arrive, but at least Apex moved in quickly. It can take up to a week for the starport to come fully online. Brewer has a special sort of magic to make that happen. And it's Thursday magic. You get a special mention in the local news. You're the local hero. You can now choose to use this system as a springboard for colonising further systems, or you can start building the system out. You have a limited number of orbit points for stations and a limited number of surface installations per planet. So choose wisely. The smallest settlements and outposts are referred to as Tier 1, and you can build them anytime. You place them using the SC suite device again, which opens up a sort of camera suite. Choose where you want the buildings to go, and the next time you return, the building contractors will have moved in, created temporary landing pads, built a site office and brought in all sorts of containers and equipment. They're very shy. They don't like moving their equipment whilst you're watching. Back to space trucking. If you ever forget what's still needed, find the site under construction in the system map, and there's a list there. There's no time limit. Once the system's yours, you can take as long as you want to kit it out. When you eventually finish delivering the construction materials, Brewer Corporation will thank you once again and request that you fly off for a few seconds whilst the finished base is dropped into place. And there it is. Just look at that view. The larger bases and starports are categorised as Tier 2 and Tier 3. As you complete the Tier 1 bases, you earn the yellow Tier 2 points that let you build bigger bases, and as you complete those, you earn Tier 3 points. Save up 6 of these, and you can build your own Orbis starport, the ultimate in swank. Or you can build an asteroid base, assuming you have suitable asteroid belt in your system, or an installation, such as a space bar. The GUI suggests everything you build will have medium landing pads, but we suspect this might be wrong. Everything you build will have an impact on the system's economy, society and security. There'll be factions too. The faction you bought the colonisation beacon from will own the primary starport, but your own faction, if you have one, will be represented too, as well as a couple of other local factions. If you belong to a faction in Colonia, and you colonise a system in the bubble, your Colonia faction will come with you and have a presence in the bubble. New systems have no home factions, so they can all be squeezed out if you don't want them there. Colonisation is still in its experimental phase, but it appears to have inspired thousands of commanders to become system architects. Brewer's initiative to build supply ships to aid the colonisation effort has been almost completely forgotten, and it looks like only 4 of the possible 8 megaships will be deployed when it concludes later this week. In unrelated news, a number of commanders have reported that their entire stock of Titan drive components have disappeared from their fleet carriers, and that Titan drive components are no longer available at the Titan wreckage sites. This means that it's currently not possible to buy pre-engineered SCO frameshift drives. The Pilots Federation is aware and is working on a fix.